Okay, friends, hi. We've had some requests to draw some southwestern animals, so today we are going to learn how to draw a buffalo. Okay, now let's see. Let me just get our paper ready here. Okay, so to start with our buffalo, the first thing we're going to do is draw the side of his face. So we'll kind of start sort of in the middle of the paper and draw just a little kind of semicircle like that. Then we're going to draw kind of a longer line that curves down here. This is the side of his face. And that's going to connect in with his nose. So we're going to have his nose overlap a little bit. And to do that, we're going to start by drawing a little half circle. And then coming down from the bottom of our half circle, we're going to do just a slight curving line. And then do another one that goes up and sort of is symmetrical with the one on the other side. And then we'll just draw like one little squiggle line in the middle to be the top of his nose there. We can add some nostrils, so I'm going to do one here and then one over here that looks a little bit different. The next thing we're going to do is draw his chin, so just come down from the nose a little bit, and then we're going to come up to the other side of his nose and just do one other line here, and then in between those lines we can just draw a little bit of fur. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody's fur can look different. So then what we're going to do is kind of come out from the side of his nose and then go up to right about here, and we're going to do his eye. So to do his eye, just draw a sloping line that goes up and to the right, and then we'll draw a line that goes under just like that to be his eye. Just do a little line in there, and then we'll do his pupil right there. Now we want to indicate kind of where the side of his face is, which is kind of up here near his eye. So do just a sloping line out and then a sloping line in, so we can kind of see where his cheek is. Now we want to kind of define the side of his face, which goes from here, let's put a dot here, right into the cheek, to down here where we drew his chin fur. So to do that, we just want to draw like a little bit of fur that connects up to that dot we drew. We also want to draw some fur around his eye that's a little bit darker. So let's just make kind of a triangle shape of fur right here above his eye. And then we'll just draw a little bit of fur that goes down by the side of his eye as well. We can also do like a little fur on his nose. Doesn't have to be anything too perfect. And then right up next to his eye, we're going to do another line, just sort of like a triangle to show the side of his face here. And then we're going to draw his horn. So right up from that line we just drew, we're going to do kind of a big sloping line to be the side of his horn. And then we'll do one line that goes up and then follow along on the bottom line to make his horn there. Then on the other side of his face where we drew that sloping line, we're going to do his other horn, which is going to look a little bit smaller because his head is turned from us and it's kind of further back. So for that one, we do a line that's a little bit more sloping straight up. And then just right back down here that gets a little bit thicker where it comes in to where his head is. So then what we want to do is from all the way to like here on his horn to down here, we want to do some like big fur. So you can just do some big giant fur that shows the side of his head there. And in the picture, he's got some like darker fur up here, So if you want to kind of color it in, you can. I'm going to color mine just so you guys can see it. But you can also do this whole thing with pencil if you want, so that you can come back and color him in and make him look better. I'm just going to do kind of a quick one to show you guys where the lines would be to make him. And then he's got like some other dark fur in here, so you can just draw like a little fur around to give him some different shades on him. So now we're going to come down and make where his chest fur is. He's got like a little, almost like a mane. So it comes down here from his nose, and we'll just draw a sloping line and then have it go kind of in, and then just a little fur. And it's going to come all the way up here. We'll just make it up here for now. And then from the top of his mane, we can draw his back. They've got really big backs. So to do that, let's just draw kind of a big sloping line up, and then it's going to come down right over sort of near his horn. We're actually going to kind of extend down past the horn, and right around where his eye is where we want to draw it down to. And from his eye, it'll kind of slope down to eventually make up one of his legs. You can make your line a little furrier than mine if you want, or you can add some fur after if you want to do that. I'm using a Sharpie, so I don't have a lot of room to make revisions here. All right, so then down near the fur that we made for his chest, let's just do a little bit of dark fur to show that he's got some darker fur around the bottom. And then we can just make kind of fur that goes up like that. So down here from the chin now, we want to make the area that goes to his leg. So let's just make some lines that go down, and then this is going to be his leg. We'll make our buffalo standing in the grass. So for now, let's just do that. And then we can come up here and make some more kind of dark furry areas to show that he's got light spots and dark spots. Because you can kind of see, I'll put him up here so you can see, he's got these dark areas to show that he has darker fur behind. That's to give some perspective. So all these darker parts mean that they're kind of further back in space. So what we can do is just darken the fur here and then just make some lines up here. Again, you can make yours look a little bit better than that if you want. And I'm going to do just a few more dark pieces here. So now we want to do the other leg. So we'll just draw a line that comes down here, and then one that comes sort of right down next to it. And this one's just going to be really black and furry. So we can draw lots of crazy fur in here. And this furry thing is going to extend all the way up to like the side of his face. So you can just color some dark area in all the way up to his horn if you want. And then just make it look kind of fluffy. And then we'll color it in all the way by his chest hair. Okay. You can add some things to his horns too if you want to kind of show that they're not perfectly smooth. Or you can add some lines like his has on there. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is draw where his tummy goes. So down here from the arm we drew, we're going to draw kind of a big sloping line up. And then we can actually take that line up a little further and just kind of curve it in, because he's sort of like turned and looking at us like, hey, what are you doing? So what we're going to do is come from where the top of the horn is, and that's going to be, let's draw a line just right over here so we don't get lost. So that's going to be where like the back of him is. And so from there, we're going to come up here to the fur, So just draw kind of a sloping line that goes up, like that. All right. So next we're gonna draw his back leg. So what we're gonna do here is from this rounded part, just sort of take it down and then do like a little bump here. And then kind of go in. This is gonna be his back foot. And then we'll just draw a diagonal down from the back foot. Then for the front foot, let's do it a little longer. We're gonna do sort of a sloping line up. It's not gonna be parallel. And then just up to where his tummy is. And I should have probably made my tummy a little bit longer, but that's okay. So we'll go like this and just fix it a little. Then we're gonna do some darkness here just to show that there's some shadowing. And then he's got another foot in the back. So we can just draw a line that goes diagonal out, in, and then another one on the other side, and we can color this all in because it's his back foot, so it's kind of hidden behind him. So you can take your time and make your guy furry and do whatever you want with him. I'm gonna just try to make his tummy a little bit bigger because I feel like he should be a little bit fatter than he is. And then we can make him hanging out in some grass if we want, because buffaloes like to eat grass. And we have a buffalo. Nailed it. See you guys tomorrow.